Fred Film Radio. I'm David Martos. This is the 82nd edition of the Mostra di Venezia. And we're here with Mark Jenkin, director of Rose of Nevada in Orizzonti. Hello, Mark. How are you?
Yeah, very good. You're very good, yeah.
Well, director of the film and the writer and cinematographer, and the sound is yours too, and the music. Why? Why so many jobs in your films? Always.
I love all the jobs. So I don't want anybody else to have the fun. So I do as many as I possibly can. But I work with, it's not just me.
Okay.
I work with a great team of people who obviously help me. But I love writing, I love directing, I love cameras, I love shooting, I love working with the sound of films. And then accidentally I've now fallen into doing the music for my films, which I never meant to do. But yeah, I just love it all.
How do you split yourself on the set?
On the set, it's quite easy, really, because I'm just the director and the cinematographer. We don't record any sound for my films on location. So we don't have a sound department at all. So I'm the director and I'm the cinematographer. So it's very simple on the day when we're shooting.
Why don't you do it? Why don't you record any sound?
Because I want to be able to do it. And I wouldn't be able to do it while I was operating the camera. So I do it later. But also I use a very old camera. I use a 1960s, 1970s Bolex H16 clockwork camera, which is noisy. So we couldn't record location sound with it easily. We shoot with very short rolls of film. So it would be impractical to have pre-roll to record sound with it. And also I like to be able to go into places and cause very little disruption. And quite often it's when you're recording sound is when you have to shut everything down and inconvenience people. Whereas I think if you're not recording sound, we can get greater access to places that other people can't get. And then I just love doing it all later on. I get a chance to bring all the actors back months later to record all their dialogue. So I get to see them all again, which is a joy. And we get another go at nuancing the performances and the film.
Okay. The story you tell in the film is very interesting. This boat that disappeared 30 years ago and appears and then goes back in time, apparently, with the protagonists of the film. Why this story? Why did you want to tell the story of Rose of Nevada?
I always had an idea for the opening scene. I had this one scene where this boat owner goes down to a derelict harbour and he sees a boat in the harbour, which is nothing out of the ordinary, but he's very surprised by it being there. And then the payoff is you find out that the boat was lost at sea 30 years ago. And it was just a standalone scene that I had for a long time. And I never had a film to open that scene with until it was during the pandemic. We were in lockdown. Mm-hmm. I needed something to do because my previous feature film at that point had been shut down. We were just about to shoot it in April and we got shut down in March. Okay. So we were in lockdown and I needed to write something. I needed to do something during lockdown. So I thought, could I expand on that scene that I had? So I said to Mary Woodvine, my partner, who's also in the film, I said to her, we were just going to bed one night and I said, before we go to sleep, got to come up with an idea for a film. And she said, have you got any ideas? I said, no, of course I haven't. I never have any ideas. But I've got this one scene. And she said, what happens after that? And I said, well, this or that. And then she chipped in some ideas and we batted it backwards and forwards. And then the next morning, we didn't mention it to each other. And then that evening, I said, I've been thinking about that film all day. And she said, so have I. And I thought at that moment, there's something in it. And then I realized what it was about. I realized what the film could be about. And I could describe what the film meant in one word, and that was very liberating because then I could create a story around that central theme, and from there it just rolled on and became an unstoppable process that leads us to here today.
Mm-hmm. Given that you are so involved in every process of the film, I wonder about the casting. How do you choose your actors?
On this one, it's interesting because it's a combination of people I've worked with before. Mm-hmm. So my sort of company of actors that I've worked with on previous films. And then also George Mackay, Callum Turner, Rosalisa, Francis McGee, Adrian Rawlings, these other actors that came in who I didn't know before. George was somebody that I always wanted to work with. I had a meeting with him. And I think I was initially thinking he might play Liam, the role that Callum Turner ended up playing. But when I met George straight away, I looked in his eyes and I thought, no, he's Nick. He's got to be that character who's the character who is caught in the middle of this maelstrom of craziness. And I just thought he had this face that I could photograph in close up, because I like to shoot big close-ups of faces, and I thought that face is going to be like this open book that the audience could project onto. Callum, I'd known of from a TV series he did a long time ago, and I was really spellbound by him, because he had a part where he didn't have a lot of dialogue, he wasn't doing a lot, but I couldn't take my eyes off him. And through chance, me and him ended up with the same, being represented by the same agent in the States. And my agent said, "Do you want to meet Callum?" And I said, "Yep, I sure do." And I met him, and within seconds, I thought, "Yeah, he's got it. He's that enigma that character needs. There's a mystery to Callum. There's an enigma around him." And so, they're the two.
Amazing. This is only an appetizer for Rose of Nevada today in Venice Film Festival. Mark, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thanks for talking to me.
Thank you, and good luck with the film.
Oh, thanks a lot. Cheers.
This was an interview for Fred, the Festival Insider.